Unit 7 Artificial Intelligence IELTS Speaking Part 1 Question 1. Do you think artificial intelligence, AI, is useful in daily life? Answer. Yes, AI has taken over many daily tasks and made life much easier. For example, I use voice recognition on my phone to set reminders and search for information without typing. AI has also caught on in online shopping, where websites keep track of my preferences and suggest products I might like. It's fascinating how AI has worked its way into so many aspects of life. Question 2. What are the disadvantages of artificial intelligence? Answer. AI is helpful, but it also has some downsides. Many people worry that AI might wipe out jobs, especially in industries with a shrinking workforce. Some companies are already using AI to take over repetitive tasks, which means fewer job opportunities for humans. Also, AI comes with risks like data privacy issues and bias in decision-making. If we're not careful, AI could end up doing more harm than good. IELTS Speaking Part 2. Describe a time when you used artificial intelligence, AI, for something. You should say what the AI technology was, what you used it for, how helpful it was, and explain how you felt about it. A time I used AI was when I had to hand in an essay for university, and I used an AI writing assistant to help me go through my grammar and structure. I was really struggling to wrap up my conclusion, so I decided to try an AI tool to see if it could help. I typed in my draft, and the AI came up with some suggestions to improve clarity. It also pointed out mistakes I had overlooked. I was surprised at how accurate it was, and it saved me a lot of time before my deadline. However, I didn't rely entirely on the AI tool. I still went over my work carefully to make sure it sounded natural. In the end, it was a great tool for checking my writing, but I wouldn't let AI take over the entire process. IELTS Speaking Part 3 Answer. Question 1. Do you think AI will replace human workers in the future? Answer. AI is already taking on a lot of jobs, especially repetitive ones, but I don't think it will completely phase out human workers. Some jobs require creativity, emotional intelligence, and decision-making, which AI isn't very good at. However, industries like manufacturing and customer service might see AI take over more roles, leading to a shrinking workforce in certain sectors. Question 2. What impact will AI have on education? Answer. AI has already made its way into education by helping students revise for tests and teachers assess student performance more efficiently. A whole host of robotic adaptations could make learning more interactive. However, AI can't replace human teachers because students still need personal guidance. If used correctly, AI can drive forward new ways of learning, but we must ensure it doesn't take away from critical thinking and creativity.
Part 1 Listening. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's campus orientation talk. I'm here to introduce you to some of the recent technological perceptions that have changed the way we live, learn, and work. First, let's talk about the education system. Many of you are pursuing academic degrees, while others are enrolled in vocational degrees. Whether you're studying at the undergraduate level or at the postgraduate level, one thing is certain: technology now plays a huge role in tertiary education. From digital classrooms to online revision for the test, everything is more accessible. You can even hand in an essay electronically with the click of a button. Next, we'll talk about industry. Companies today rely on advanced technologies such as voice recognition, fraud detection tools that can detect fraud, and robots that complete tedious tasks in laborious places of work. These machines are often used in factories that operate in a hostile environment, where people could get hurt or injure somebody due to difficult conditions. In fact, some robots are able to make rational decisions based on a person's emotional state, although this area is still debated. Many ask whether machines can ever be ethically correct or morally correct in decision-making. This is one of those questionable problems that future generations will need to solve. Another thing to consider is data. With expansive storage and faster processing, machines now help with the retrieval of lost data. They are also used to trace patterns in emails, payments, and even behaviors. A staggering fact is that AI systems can now sympathize with someone's feelings, at least to some degree. While these technologies have been around for a while, recent developments have been truly exciting. For example, scientists have identified a mineral-rich asteroid and are working to identify a pre-selected landing site with high precision. These missions are expensive, due to constrained supply and high operating costs, but could be a feasible solution to resource shortages. Finally, on a more personal note, technology has helped students as well. From solar-powered devices to smart notebooks, and even digital flashcards, there's something for everyone. However, some students still feel overwhelmed and burst into tears during exam periods, especially when covering topics like atoms and fibers. We hope today's session has helped you think about the bigger picture and how your studies can connect with real-world innovation. Part 2: Reading Technology, Education, and the Future Workforce. The rise of robotics has changed how we live and work. From labor-saving devices to advanced voice recognition, machines now perform many tedious tasks in laborious places of work. There is now a whole host of robotic adaptations that help people handle household chores or even detect fraud in businesses. Some people have even begun to lease a domestic robot to assist at home. These machines are especially useful in countries with a rapidly aging population and a shrinking workforce, where robots help take on a function that was once done by people. In the field of education, students now have more options than ever before. Those who wish to pursue tertiary education can choose between academic degrees and vocational degrees. While academic qualifications focus on theory, vocational studies prepare students for work directly. Some students take a gap year before continuing their studies at the undergraduate level or at the postgraduate level. Others may be awarded a scholarship to help pay tuition fees or other expenses. However, some still drop out or stay on longer to specialize in a subject area. One major challenge for the future is energy. Scientists have been working on solar-powered devices that use photovoltaic cells for the process of conversion from sunlight into electricity. This technology, once considered impossible, is now a closer reality. It could be a feasible solution to the energy crisis. In fact, a staggering fact is that just 1 hour of sunlight hitting Earth could provide enough energy for the world's needs for a whole year. As energy becomes more expensive, solar innovation is being seen as a real option. When it comes to artificial intelligence, there are mixed feelings. Some fear machines could supersede humans or even enslave humans in the future, while others believe robots will simply fulfill the needs for work support. New machines can make rational decisions, assess somebody's emotional state, and even sympathize with someone's feelings. However, these abilities raise questionable problems. Are these decisions really morally correct or ethically correct? As machines improve their mental capacities, people worry about the line between machine and human. In space science, researchers recently found a mineral-rich asteroid and plan to identify a pre-selected landing site with high precision. Missions like these face high operating costs, constrained supply, and hostile environments. Scientists must endure problems and avoid errors that could injure somebody. Still, their work could benefit Earth greatly. One idea is to trace rare materials from space to help with manufacturing and energy. These missions also inspire future generations of students to study everything from atoms and fibers to astronomy and robotics.